South China Sea Showdown. Tensions flare as Chinese ships swarm Philippine waters. The South China Sea, or West Philippine Sea, is once again the stage for a high-stakes standoff. Today, January 8, 2026, Chinese maritime activity near Philippine-held territories has dramatically escalated. The flashpoint, Second Thomas Shoal, where Philippine Marines guard the BRP Sierra Madre, a beached ship symbolizing Manila's claim. Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels have swarmed the area, using water cannons and blockades to isolate the Filipino outpost. Each incident inches both nations closer to a miscalculation with potentially devastating consequences. The Philippines, backed by a 2016 International Tribunal ruling, insists it's defending its rights. China rejects the ruling and asserts sweeping claims. The region is now a theater of confrontation, with China's gray zone tactics growing bolder and more unpredictable. Every move is scrutinized. Will China seize the shoal, or can the Philippines resupply its troops? The world watches as a David versus Goliath struggle unfolds, rewriting the rules of engagement in Asia's most volatile waters. The outcome here could reshape the balance of power across the Indo-Pacific. China's strategy is gray zone warfare, using non-military means to achieve dominance without open conflict. Instead of warships, China deploys its vast coast guard and maritime militia to intimidate and obstruct. These vessels harass and blockade Philippine ships, escalating with water cannons and dangerous maneuvers. The goal: establish control over contested waters, one incident at a time, making resistance costly for the Philippines. Security experts warn that each unpunished act emboldens Beijing, creating a cycle of escalation and risk. The Philippines faces a daily battle of nerves against a numerically superior force operating with impunity. China's message is clear: might makes right, and international law is powerless without enforcement. For Filipino sailors, the pressure is relentless, resistance is met with force, and the world's response is being tested. The stakes are high. Every confrontation risks a wider conflict, and the region's stability hangs in the balance. China is determined to reshape the South China Sea, regardless of the consequences for its neighbors or global order. The South China Sea is a vital artery for global trade. Over a third of maritime commerce, worth trillions, passes through here. Disruption would send shockwaves through supply chains, energy flows, and economies worldwide. Beneath the surface lie rich oil, gas, and fishing resources, crucial for the region's energy and food security. China's aggressive claims have made resource development nearly impossible for the Philippines. For the US and its allies, freedom of navigation is non-negotiable. The sea is a strategic choke point linking the Pacific and Indian Oceans. The 2016 arbitral ruling was a landmark for international law, but China's rejection challenges the rules-based order. The outcome here will set a precedent for how global disputes are resolved, by law or by force. The world's economic and security future is tied to the fate of these contested waters. The world is responding to China's aggression with growing alarm and support for the Philippines. The US has reaffirmed its defense treaty, warning that attacks on Philippine forces trigger American involvement. Allies like Japan, Australia, and the UK have condemned China's actions and increased their naval presence. Joint military exercises and intelligence sharing are strengthening Manila's hand. Within Southeast Asia, reactions are mixed. Some nations support the Philippines, others remain cautious due to China's influence. ASEAN's consensus approach limits unified action, pushing the Philippines to seek broader security partnerships. US and allied support now includes military hardware, training, and surveillance, helping level the playing field. The dispute is no longer bilateral. It's a global test of resolve against coercion. The Philippines is fighting back with diplomacy, defense upgrades, and public defiance. Manila files protests and releases footage of Chinese aggression, exposing Beijing on the world stage. Military modernization is underway. New ships, aircraft, and deeper US cooperation under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. US access to Philippine bases enables faster joint responses and signals unity. President Marcos Jr. has drawn a red line. Not an inch of territory will be conceded. Public support is strong, fueling a bold shift from past accommodation to open resistance. The strategy: stand firm, rally allies, and deter China without triggering war, a calculated high-stakes gamble. The Philippines will keep pressing its case internationally and expand joint patrols with partners. This is a long-term struggle, with resilience and resolve at its core. The goal: raise the cost of coercion and defend sovereignty for the long haul. The South China Sea standoff has pushed the region into dangerous, uncharted waters. The risk of miscalculation is high. One wrong move could trigger a wider conflict. Drawing in the U.S. economic fallout is already chilling investment and threatening global trade. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is being tested. Every incident challenges American credibility and resolve. A weak response could undermine U.S. standing, while a strong one risks direct confrontation with China. This is the defining foreign policy challenge of our time. The Philippines-China conflict is about more than territory. It's a battle between a rules-based order and raw power. The world must stay engaged, support peaceful resolution, and recognize that what happens here will shape the future far beyond these waters. The stakes could not be higher.